1984 in Mexico was bold, noisy, inventive, and occasionally explosive. Literally, it was a year of urban transformation, scientific milestones, cultural icons rising, and political reforms grinding forward. Mexico kept juggling crisis and creativity with its usual flair. Buckle up. This is Mexico 1984. Fast, bright, and unforgettable. The year's defining tragedy struck in November when a Pemex gas facility exploded in San Juanico, creating massive fireballs visible across the Valley of Mexico. The disaster triggered national debates on industrial safety, urban planning, and the urgent need for stronger emergency response systems. Still recovering from the early 80s debt crisis, Mexico pushed forward with stabilization policies under President Miguel de la Madrid. Inflation control, spending cuts, and renegotiated debt shaped the economic agenda. It wasn't glamorous, but laid groundwork for the country's long, slow financial recovery. Mexico City kept expanding its iconic metro system, inaugurating Line 7 from Tacvba to Barranca del Muerto. The new line improved mobility for millions and symbolized the city's unstoppable urban growth, even in the middle of economic turbulence. UNAM stepped boldly into the digital age by acquiring one of Latin America's most advanced supercomputers. For researchers, it was a technological leap. For students, it was a glimpse of a future where computing power would reshape science, engineering, and national innovation. While not yet famous, the alternative rock movement that would define the 1990s was quietly forming in 1984. Young musicians in Mexico City's suburbs experimented with new sounds, blending rock, folk, and urban culture. The early spark of a cultural wave soon to explode. Amid growing concerns about pollution and deforestation, the government expanded protected natural areas and launched new conservation programs. It was an early recognition that Mexico's biodiversity, from jungles to deserts, needed long-term protection in a rapidly industrializing nation. CANAPO intensified its demographic planning efforts, promoting education, family planning, and urban development strategies. Mexico's population was booming, and 1984 marked a turning point in how the country prepared for its future megacity reality. After a difficult early 80s slump, Mexican cinema showed signs of revival. New directors experimented with social themes, urban stories, and fresh visual styles. It wasn't a golden age yet, but the creative energy was unmistakably returning. With the 1986 World Cup approaching, now hosted by Mexico after Colombia withdrew, the national team intensified its preparations. Training camps, new strategies, and rising young players fueled optimism. The countdown to the world's biggest sporting event had officially begun. Mexico celebrated half a century of its most iconic cultural palace. Exhibitions, concerts, and retrospectives honored the building's role as the beating heart of national arts. A reminder that even in turbulent times, culture remains Mexico's most resilient force. Mexico in 1984 was a country balancing crisis and creativity, tragedy and transformation. It was a year of rebuilding, innovating, and imagining a different future. And as always, Mexico did it with style. Join us next time as Global Yearbook opens another chapter of world history.